Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of my random deck build videos. Today we'll be going over my 60 card casual deck. This one is based off of the reconstruct mechanic, where essentially, creatures can, you can attach them to a creature or unattach them by paying the reconfigure costs, essentially, switching back and forth between a creature and an equipment. And I don't really know a really better way of trying to explain that besides, just showing you off what we got in here and just going from there. So without further ado, let's get on to this. Starting off with 2 web spinner cuffs, which, 1/4 reach. Cup creature gets +4, +1/+4, and 8, and it has reach. Reconfigure for 4, colorless. Shishiro the Shattered Blade. What is going on with this light? Ooh, okay. Alright. Shishiro, whenever an aura, well, it's a 4/4, whenever an aura equipment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 red spirit creature token with menace. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each modified creature you control. And after that, we have 2 copies of Acquisition Octopus. 2/2. Whenever Acquisition Octopus or an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Reconfigure for 2, colorless. I don't know, I keep mentioning that the mana is colorless. Reconfigure happens, just like equipment with colorless cost. Leech Gauntlet, 2/2, lifelink. Equipped creature has lifelink. Reconfigure for 4. Chainfall Centipede, 2/2. Whenever Chainfall Centipede or equipped creature attacks, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Reconfigure for 2. Cloudsteel Kraken, 3/2, flying. Equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Reconfigure for 5. After that, we have Bronze Plate Boar. It's a 3/2, trample. Equipped creature gets +3/+2 and has trample. Reconfigure for 5. Simeon's Sling. It's a 1/1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever Simeon's Sling or equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to a defending player. Reconfigure for 2. Then we move on to the Lizard Blades. 1/1, double strike. Equipped creature has double strike. Reconfigure for 2. Rabbit Battery. It's a 1/1. Haste. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, has haste. Reconfigure for 1 red mana. Okay, so I guess, probably doesn't make sense for me to mention off the reconfigure costs. Then we'll go on to a couple of singletons here. We have Blade of the Oni, 3/1, menace. Equipped creature has base power and toughness 5/5. Has menace and is a black demon in addition to its other colors and types. Reconfigure for 2 and 2 black. Cyberdrive Awakener. It's a 4/4, flying. Other artifact creatures you control have flying. When Cyberdrive Awakener enters the battlefield, until end turn, each non-creature artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/4. Lion's Lash. So 1/1. Pay 1 white, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a +1/+1 counter on Lion Lash. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Lion Lash. Reconfigure for 2 colorless. Then we got the Reality Chip. It's a 0/4. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. As long as Reality Chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Reconfigure for 2 and a blue. Org Head Helm. It's a 2/2. Equipped creature gets +2/+2. Whenever Org Head Helm or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Reconfigure for 3 colorless. And then we have a Solemn Simulacrum. 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. When Solemn Simulacrum dies, you may draw a card. Moving on to our spells, we have ourselves a playset of Kodama's Reach. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands, reveal those cards, put one of them onto the battlefield tapped, the other into your hand, then shuffle. Then we have 2 copies of Kayla's Reconstruction. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to X artifacts and or creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. 2 copies of Lux Artillery. Whenever you cast an artifact creature spell, it gains Sunburst. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 30 more counters among artifacts and creatures you control, Lux Artillery deals 10 damage to each opponent. I'm realizing now these are kind of off the side of the mat. 2 copies of Silk Guard. Put a +1/+1 counter on up to X target creatures you control. Or equipment and modified creatures you control gain hexproof until end of turn. Then we have a few singletons over here with Brilliant Restoration. Return all artifacts and enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Smoke Spirit Aid. For each of up to X target creatures, create a red aura enchantment token named Smoke's Blessing attached to that creature. Those tokens have enchant creature, and when enchanted creature dies, it deals 1 damage to its controller, and you create a treasure token. 1 copy of Decimate. Destroy target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, and target land. And Invigorating Hot Spring. Invigorating Hot Spring enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. After creatures you control have haste. And remove a +1/+1 counter from Invigorating Hot Spring. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Activate as a sorcery and only once each turn. Down to our lands, we have ourselves 3 mountains, 2 swamps, 3 plains, 4 forests, 1 island, and then a few non-basics with Takanuma, Abandoned Mire, Shokenza, Crucible of Defiance, Otawara, Soaring Sky, Exotic Orchard, Prairie Stream, my bad, Game Trail, and Cinderglade. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Just a little look into another one of my random decks. Thank y'all for joining me, and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.